In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up trades and get started in iTrust Capital. This is the best crypto platform for IRAs and 401ks. I first signed up here in January of 2020, and I actually left my previous crypto custodian. I'm sure you're familiar with Bitcoin IRA and Bit IRA because their fees were insane. And today, this is the only crypto retirement account that I use. So throw this bad boy on 2x playback speed and let's kick it off. What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. So as I shared, we're going to show you how to get started with iTrust Capital, the basic steps to follow, how to fund your account, and there's 3 different ways to do so, and then also show you how to trade and what the trading dashboard looks like. And remember that there are now limit orders, so I can set if and then statements. If you think assets go lower, you can set buy limits. If you think assets are going much higher in the future, you can do staggered sell limits. For example, sell Polkadot at $50, then sell another percentage at $100. You can set and forget for the years ahead, which is so powerful. And so I personally have a Roth IRA with this platform because everything going forward, and I think that's the smart play for the crypto market, is tax-free. So for example, whether you started with $2,000, $5,000, or you have a few $1,000,000, in the future, all profits are tax-free. I pay 0% capital gains. So that's huge motivation for me. And so what's important as an investor is, of course, you want to be hedged against risk, but you also want to have backups for your backups. In the United States, in the world, tax rates, capital gains rates could change in the future. They could go higher. So I want to be prepared and try to work the system as best I can. So iTrust Capital for me is one vehicle where I can put my money to work tax-free with a Roth IRA. And there's different types of rollovers, so we'll talk about that in this video. And I know I mentioned this last month, but I have a family member that is finally joining iTrust Capital and putting their 401k into the crypto market. So I'm so excited. Well, alts are down so much and I'm going to have some fun with it. In iTrust Capital, the turnaround to get started and go from zero and be ready to trade is very quick. I would say within 2 weeks, maybe 10 days. And the only reason my family member took so long is because all they had to do was call Fidelity and tell them to mail the check to iTrust Capital, and they didn't. So as soon as iTrust Capital gets that check, we are going to fund that account and I'm going to start trading. Not trying to talk about financial strategies here, and this is not financial advice, but I'm most likely going to deploy 50% of their capital and keep the rest just sitting in USD. Of course, you can choose USDC as a stablecoin, but the benefit is we have the US dollar pair. We don't have to worry about stablecoin pegs. For me, that's a no-brainer. And the cool thing about this platform, underpricing, it's free. There are no gotchas, there's no hidden fees. This is just like having a Coinbase account. There's just a transaction fee when you trade. It's 1%. And the benefit, since they're partnered with Fireblocks, Coinbase Custody, integrated with the biggest institutional players, is that these trades clear in 45 seconds, not minutes. They clear in 45 seconds, and the trades are typically finished and settled within 2 minutes, 24/7. So realize how much better this is. I don't have to send an email to my broker or my agent, or I don't have to only trade within business hours. This is the crypto market. We operate 24/7, 365. So remember, this is linked in the top of the YouTube video description, and if you do fund your account, you also get a funding reward, as you can see below. I recommend coming up to how it works and just entering this tab. You can see all types of video tutorials getting started. They're each little 1-minute videos, super helpful. And if not, iTrust Capital also has a variety of playlists showing you how to roll over a 401k, talking about investing in gold and silver on the platform as well as a store of value, and also limit orders. And real talk, you guys know at the beginning of the pandemic when everybody was FOMOing into physical silver, I was living and breathing on crypto Twitter, so everybody I know, myself included, bought a bunch of silver. And I'm really not in any crazy profit with physical silver just yet, but keep in mind, physical silver is scarce. It is in everything we use. It's in the keyboards, in the computers, in the phones. So I do see precious metals having incredible value long term. And for anybody new to the channel, I actually am born and raised in Chicago, but I moved to Puerto Rico roughly 6 months ago. And yes, there is a huge tax incentive in Puerto Rico. That's a beautiful island, a US territory. Some of my best friends are actually born and raised here, and I used to work with them back in the day. But the thing is, for Puerto Rico, I'm not even approved for that tax decree. And if I'm approved, awesome, but I'm keeping my iTrust Capital account because 1, I'm in Puerto Rico, I'm a resident now, and I can still use it. What if I want to move to Europe or start a business in Miami, and then they revoke my decree and I'm not getting those benefits? Well, then I still have iTrust Capital, so I want to ensure that I'm still paying 0% capital gains taxes on some of my crypto holdings. So I want to have backups for my backups. This year has been absolutely crazy. I don't look at any single investment or any single platform as my savior. I want to hedge my bet and be diversified. And everybody that personally knows me knows that I didn't just choose Puerto Rico because of the tax decree, but yes, I hope I get it. I have a degree in international business. I worked and lived in Argentina for a while, so I'm already familiar with Spanish. Spent a lot of time in Costa Rica. And keep in mind, I grew up around cornfields and flat land in the middle of Chicago, so I basically, ever since I was a kid, I just dreamed to have beaches, mountains, and in the Caribbean. It's a no-brainer. So I'm still going to keep my property here in Puerto Rico, whether or not. But yeah, I just want to have backup plans, because if I'm not approved or I start a business in the United States, and then because I'm making money in Miami or another state, then I'm no longer approved in Puerto Rico for the tax rate, I want to make sure I have backup, so I'm keeping my iTrust Capital account. And also, just to emphasize, guys, I love this island. Puerto Rico's beautiful. The beaches are beautiful. It makes Florida's beaches look like muddy water. And a huge focus for me, at least post-moon, when I get more capital, is going to be doing a lot of initiatives to stop the pollution here and clean up the beaches. I know the coral reefs can act as some version of protection. When I spent time in Costa Rica, and I'm just going to finish up this tangent really quick, they have 5% of the world's biodiversity, which is insane. Now, Puerto Rico, much smaller, but absolutely beautiful, and we need to inform their government, and I know the US bullies them all the time and really controls them, the importance of the environment and protecting it, because this is all we got. We have to keep the beaches clean here. We have to keep the coastline clean. The coral reefs can only protect it so much. If we pick every beautiful, untouched beach and build a 300-unit condo or resort, we're just going to be destroying this island. That's going to be a huge focus for me. Of course, employing locals, which is important, but just wanted to share a little bit about myself and my future plans, because I plan to give back big and I'm trying every day. So let's start off with this quick clip applying for an IRA online in minutes.
Welcome to iTrust Capital. Setting up an iTrust Capital account is easy. From our homepage, iTrustCapital.com, you'll click Create Account. Fill in the information indicated and again click Create Account. You'll receive an email that you'll need to open and click through to confirm your email address. This is where you'll always log in to view and invest 24/7, 365. You'll find the Start Your Application button at the top of your screen. Start filling in the data wizard with your personal information. Now, choose the type of IRA that you want to open and how you'll fund it. Enter your beneficiaries. This is who would inherit your IRA upon your passing. You must have at least one primary beneficiary. Your application is now submitted and your initial funding event has been created. If you're doing more than one funding event or want to add funds in the future, click Contribute. Your application is now being processed. Keep an eye on your inbox for emails from our processing team with any questions while we review your application.
And next up, I wanted to show you the 3 ways to fund your account.
Welcome to iTrust Capital. To add funds to your iTrust Capital account, you'll begin by logging into your iTrust dashboard. Once in your dashboard, you'll go to the USD section and click the Contribute button. There are 3 ways to fund your account: a transfer from other IRAs, a rollover from previous employer plans, or a cash contribution. Depending on the method chosen, we will email you the appropriate funding instructions once the process is initiated. Now, keep in mind, we are not able to fund these accounts with crypto unless they are coming from another crypto IRA.
And last but not least, how to self-trade in your IRA.
Hi, and welcome to iTrust Capital. To self-trade inside of the iTrust Capital dashboard, you'll begin by logging into your iTrust Capital account. First, you'll want to make sure you have sufficient funds in your account. The US dollar section will display the amount of funds available in your account. If there are no funds available, you may click Contribute and select one of the 3 methods to fund your account: a cash contribution, rollover, or transfer. Once you've confirmed there are funds available, click on Assets to view a list of available selections. Click an individual asset to see additional details for it. From here, you can buy or sell the asset within your iTrust Capital account. If you want to buy an asset, a buy order will pop up on your screen and you can enter the dollar amount that you'd like to purchase. The green button across the bottom of the form will allow you to preview the trade info one last time before selecting Submit Market Order. Now, if you want to sell an asset, you would simply click Sell, and a sell order will pop up. You can now enter the amount that you'd like to sell. The green button across the bottom of the form will allow you to preview the trade info one last time before selecting Submit Market Order. Our self-trades clear in about 45 seconds and settle in about 2 minutes, so you'll be able to see your self-trades clear in real time.
All right, guys, so in closing, a few updates. I wanted to share some inside information about some new assets coming to the platform, so be ready. Staking your assets, any crypto IRA, and earning yield on those assets is coming, and this is a first for any crypto IRA platform. And if you're holding any of the assets that are going to be available for staking, you're going to receive an email as soon as they go live. And please read through their website. They have support. There's all kinds of questions going over the security. This is military grade cold storage. Remember, IRAs totaled $12.6 trillion. Crypto is less than 1 trillion. The global stock market, equities market, over 100. Global real estate, hundreds. And the global derivatives, potentially even 1.2, 1.4 quadrillion dollars. The good news, we're early. The bad news, we're early. I'll catch you in the next one.